Trey and Abel. How are you both doing today?
What's great. Up, how are you?
I'm doing great.
I rarely meet another Trey, so I'm very happy.
You know, and especially like we're both spelled the same, but because a lot of people spell it T-R-E.
Exactly.
I was mostly intrigued by the fact there seems to be so many genres mashed up within the film. That's what I really, really enjoyed. But my first question is for both of you. I wanted to know if you could both speak to how this creative collaboration started between you two, and Abel, specifically for you, which of Trey's past works made you think that he was the right person to helm this film?
Well, it's so crazy. I don't know if we said this before, but It Comes at Night was the first film I had seen.
Yes.
I saw it in theaters.
Yes. And he tweeted about it. I was in the bathtub in London doing press, and I was like really happy. Like, oh, the Weeknd liked my movie.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. And I saw it, and I was like automatically just taken by it because, you know, it's how, I mean, I don't know how much you like this, but how they portrayed it in the trailers was a specific type of film. So I went, you know, expecting just like a horror film, you know?
Totally.
And then I came back. I left the theater just getting so much more from it.
You were one of the few that was happy about it.
Yeah. No, I loved it. And then I remember years after when we were doing Uncut Gems for TIFF, a trailer popped up for Waves, and it said it's playing at TIFF. And I was like, oh, this trailer is beautiful. And then it said Trey Edward Shults. And I was like, oh, I remember this filmmaker and how dark the movie was where It Comes at Night, especially the ending. And then I remember, you know, we went to go watch it at TIFF, and the first sequence, you know, where Calvin and Alexa are driving in just a 360, and the whole time I'm like, they're about to crash. It's about to be the most horrifying, most brutal, like, because the intensity and the suspense that you built up just in that
Kellen's
sequence.
got his foot out of the window.
Out of there, yeah. And then what I got by the end of the film, it felt like a real passion project, like something he was really, you know, trying to get off his chest. And there wasn't a single dry eye in the theater.
I thought he hated it, by the way, because he didn't tweet about it. So, and I knew he was seeing it. Like, I was outside after he left. I was like, oh, well, you didn't like it.
Well, you were the op at that point. We were promoting one movie.
Yeah, very true. We were
you're like, I can't do too much.
No, I don't. Yeah. But yeah, and then, so then, you know, this thing happened to me where, you know, I had this injury that, like I said before, it wasn't physical. I could sing, it just nothing was coming out, and we had found out that it was something I had to deal with, you know, internally, you know, and the incidents will happen in my life, and you know, naturally, the first thing I want to do is write a song about it, or, you know, use music as a way to, you know, tell a cathartic story, and I wanted people to see kind of like what was going on in my head, and feel it and tell it in a way that I've never done before. And the only person I can think of the entire time is Trey, because of what had happened to him during what had happened to him as Calvin in Waves.
Yeah.
And so then I pitched the idea and hoped that he connected with it, and then he did. But I think the biggest thing we took from it was we connected with each other the most.
I definitely went into that meeting not thinking my next movie was going to be a movie with Abel. Like, I was just like, it's an opportunity. I'll meet the Weeknd, whatever. And then like I was like, I freaking love this guy. I don't know, like, and he actually, like, it's not BS. He genuinely gets and digs my movies, and we like the same movies, and we had, and he has this idea that's like, where his jumping off point is like a very vulnerable thing. Like, he wants to explore one of the worst things that's happened to him, you know, especially in his professional career. And I'm like, if that's the jumping off point, then where else can we take this? It was really, really exciting to me. And then it was quick. That was October, and then
And I think every idea that you had pitched me, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah,
like,
he was down. To me, that like what, you know, 99% of like public famous pop stars would not want their image associated with. Every bold swing and every exciting thing in the movie. You know, I went to the kitchen, like when I was like getting inspiration for the outline, I told my wife, I was like, this would be amazing. He's never gonna let us make it, but it would be awesome. And then he was down for everything. And he was like excited by, like, the bolder and like riskier we wanted to do stuff, the more exciting it was for him. So, and then it was quick.
And just our love for so many different styles of filmmaking, you know. Like you said, it felt like different genres, but when you watch it as a whole, it feels so seamless.
Yeah, I hope so.
Nothing feels like it's
all contributing
jumping
to the
out.
whole,
Yeah, exactly.
And Abel, though there's this fictionalized, reality version of you that you're using to express your feelings and what you went through.
Yeah.
How do you think that this film speaks to the artist that the public believes that they know now as you and The Weeknd?
Look, I think the biggest goal for me is to make the film as human as possible. So when people leave the film, they can connect with it in a certain way. Like, of course, it's you're watching a celebrity, but the film was never supposed to be about celebrity culture ever. It's supposed to connect with people, and I feel like the only way I can really do it, without coming off. I don't know, like, woe is me in my gilded cage, It's like, I think if people can connect with it in any way, I think it's most important for me, yeah.
Well, thank you both so much for your
time. Thank you.
I can't wait to see the film in full, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
You
Thank
too.
you so much, Trey.
Really.
Appreciate it.